Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and we have a new version of the TRM BullDog. Now, I really liked the BullDog, but the thing that was changed was the one thing that did hold it back for me. So I'm really happy to see them make this change, which there might be a couple little changes, but the main one, the biggest one, I don't know if there's any other ones to be honest. Maybe I should check. Uh-oh. What is going on with my pivot? What the hell, baby? What in the hell, baby? My pivot's hanging out. Look at that. I don't know if you could see that or not. Whoa. Whoa. I can't believe how solid it still was. Anyways, that was obviously my fault. So the main biggest difference is the hole. The hole on the original was much smaller. So now you have amazing access. But the BullDog 20 CV steel, they do have, in my opinion, a great heat treatment. It's one thing I can say about TRM. You know, all the TRMs I've sharpened always take wicked sharp edges. The burr comes off really clean. It always feels really good on the stone and it always holds it very well. And with 20 CV, one big indicator for the heat treatment is how well it takes a fine edge, because 20 CV, if it's not a good heat treatment, and also pot or softer, like on the lower side of HRC, then it doesn't take and hold a fine edge the best. It might take it, but it's not going to be as sharp. And then also it's not going to hold it very well as far as fine edge holding ability. The edge retention will still be there, but as far as that really crispy sharpness that we love. Now, these guys always seem to do a good job. I've always been impressed. And then another thing is it's a very easy steel to, well, when it's heat treated well, sorry. When it's heat treated well like this, it makes it much easier to strop and hone it back over and over and over and over. I have some TRMs where I've literally stropped them and honed them back a dozen times or more. Meaning, like, you can imagine how long your edge retention lasts if you're able to do that. Now, we're going to take a knife and we're actually going to polish the edge without sharpening it. So we're just going to polish it from where it's at to polish using maybe a couple fine, ultra fine stones and some strops. You could do this with just a strop, but I found that there can be little issues with that. Anyways, we'll talk about that in a second. Deep carry clip that's inset with flat screws. Love to see that. We have a G10 backspacer stick. Actually, the backspacer is side cut carbon fiber. You can really see the fibers on the inside. However, that's only for the titanium one. The denim micarta one does have a G10 backspacer. This one is contoured titanium. I love this titanium. It has amazing micro milling in it that has less texture in certain areas, like it's deeper in certain areas and not so deep in other areas, which is really cool. Then I have a denim, I think it's denim. No, maybe it's not denim. A blue canvas micarta, not denim, blue canvas micarta, which I also really like. And you can see, well, it was a lot lighter when I first got it. You can see the oils from my hands that are transferring to it. I have not carried this one quite as much as the titanium one, but I have carried it obviously because you can see it with the micarta. I tried to keep this one a little bit fresher because I wanted you to see it in, you know, its fresh state before it gets all my oils. Everybody's oils will vary. Either way, it's going to get a lot darker. That's the point. It's going to become a really dark navy blue. The thing I really love about this is the lock engagement or disengagement. One, the lock engagement's amazing. It's rock solid, but look at the texture you have on there. Like, it's super easy to disengage it. They're spread out wide enough where, like, you don't have to fight for it. It's just super easy. And the resistance for the opening with, you know, washer deployment, man, feels really good. You'd almost think it was on bearings. It's so smooth. And then the stop pins, look at how big the stop pin is. You guys know I love little stuff like that. Like, that's huge to me. You know, a nice, large, strong stop pin. To mention the actual lock itself, the size of that bar. Look at the size of that thing. It is so much larger than a lot of other knives you see with crossbar locks. Now, the only complaints I can say about this is, well, one complaint is the T6s. Why not just do T8s? I don't understand why do T6s. T8s are just far superior, and it just makes sense in my opinion. You know, the pivot, I believe, is a T10. Yep, T10. So the pivot's a T10. I say do T10s all the way around. At the very least, just do T8s on the body screws. That makes it just, in my opinion, so much easier. Now, another thing is the clip is not reversible. Maybe they have left options that you can get that are tapped on the left side or for the left side, but they don't all come like that. And I'm not even sure if that's true or not, but mine is right-handed carry only. Obviously, you can use it left-handed, but as far as the way as far as the way the clip is faced, now, some people this might not matter. You can just slip it the opposite way. Problem with that is when you do that, when you're carrying a knife like this, the blade is facing out, right? So if something did happen, it'd pop open this way and it could potentially get you. I know that's super unlikely, but when you have it faced this way, the blade can't pop out because it's against the seam of your pocket. So it makes it much less likely that when you dip your hand in your pocket, you're going to get stabbed, or you're not going to get stabbed, I should say. So that is the reason why the clip is usually integrated a certain way. The next negative, well, besides the clip, so the clip is, you know, the next one, that's really only going to matter to lefties, unless if they do make lefty versions, I'm not sure. I do notice that I have a finish difference. So this one has a blasted finish, the titanium one, and then the micarta one has a stone wash. Not sure if that comes with all of the titanium and micarta ones. The next little thing is, and this is actually okay, but the plunge rind is good. The plunge rind is absolutely just fine. However, I do notice that the bevel does widen up, and that goes for, not this one, it goes for both of the new ones, where it just slightly gets a little bit thicker right there, where the thickness behind the edge is a little bit thicker. Now, it's not that big of a deal, but my point is just that I have clearance for sharpening, but it seems that if I lower back my edge angle, it might look like it has a smile still, even though technically it's not cutting into the plunge grind. It's probably not going to be that big of a deal, and it might be much less than I think it's going to be. I really haven't had too many issues sharpening TRMs for the most part. They've been amazing. And like I said, they did give you clearance here. I can just tell the bevel gets a little bit wider right at the heel. Geometry is really good though. Great cutting geometry. They put a good edge angle on there right from the factory. So it comes right out of the box, ready to go. And yeah, let's, I don't think I have any more negatives. I think that's pretty much it. I love the size of the stop pin. I love that the liners are inset into the handle. It looks really good, nice and clean. And then I love, love, love this little gold accent. It's like a rose gold. I think that looks so cool how you can see that. And yeah, the knife overall, great size, perfect size EDC for most people. It's going to be great pinch grip knife. Basically, any grip is going to be pretty good, or is going to work very well. Perfect blade shape for a versatile user, something that's going to be pretty much good for just about everything. Maybe not the best for everything, but it's going to work for everything, which is always a great thing. And yeah, man, awesome, awesome knife. I freaking love this thing, especially now. I like it a lot more because I'll tell you what, man, I like the BullDog and I was so disappointed about the hole being small. So now that it's extra big, like they were like, let's not go a little bigger. Let's go a lot bigger. That just makes all the difference in the world with this knife, with the thumb flick, the reverse flick. It has amazing access. You probably, I don't want to say the best right now, but I'd say it's close to the best deployment that they've made, especially with hole deployments. It's really, really good. Now, maybe I haven't tried everything, but it's really good. You know, It's got a nice sharp edge. It's not crowned where like you're slipping off of it or anything. Nice and catchy. I like the whole deployment quite a bit, right or left-handed. Now, let's polish the edge up so we can see how easily you can take this right from the factory and get a mirror polished edge without sharpening or without removing any material. So I pulled out 2 of my hybrid bonded diamond stones. These are a 3000 and a 5000. And if you have bonded stones, get yourself a Nagura stone if you haven't yet. This is a conditioning stone. I like that if you have a rubber mat that you can set down, you can put them on the surface and literally just go like this. Now, you usually don't want to do it dry. You can in a pinch, but afterwards you're gonna need to get the surface wet and wipe that the debris off, because that is going to be the bond agent that you're trying to knock down to bring out the diamonds. So if you notice, you know, like they're clogged or they're not cutting as fast, you can use a conditioning stone and bring them back to brand new. So we're gonna start with the 3K. Give it a couple little squirts, get the surface nice and wet. And then all I'm going to do is match the exact same angle. And the way I'm going to do that is I can lay the knife down flat and then just lift the spine until the apex of the knife just barely touches the edge. And if you're going this way, it'll be much easier. But when you're faced away from yourself, what you can do is when you lift it up, you can just kind of tilt it towards yourself and then see right when it hits, and then lock your wrist and just use your elbow to get. So you're basically locking your wrist, locking your forearm, and as you come across the stone, you're just going to use your elbow to get the blade shape. And you can repeat that over and over until you see the finish is much finer. It seemed like their finished edge was about a 1200 grit, maybe even a little bit finer. So that's why this is going to be very easy, because they started or they finished on a fine belt or a fine strap or whatever, and it still has a significant amount of bite. A lot of times when a company finishes on a belt, especially an ultra fine one, they take away all the bite. These still had great bite, you know, probably because due to their good heat treatment. And then once you're done with that side, do the other side. Then once you're done with the 3K, go to the 5, repeat. And if you need to, you can adjust your angle by looking at the scratches and seeing right where it's polishing. Wherever it's polishing, you know, if it's hitting just the top of the bevel, well, then you know you need to raise your angle. If it's hitting just near the apex and not the entire bevel, well, then you need to lower it. And once you're done with that, you can take your strop. Mine is 0.5 micron stroppy stuff. It's my favorite stropping compound at the moment. I am testing some new stuff though. And now we finished on a 3/2 micron, and then this is a 0.5 micron. Now you could do a 1 micron first and then a 0.5. That probably even gets you, well, it'll get you even more of a polish. But if you don't have a whole bunch of different compounds, just having this 0.5 micron is really good, and this stuff is really concentrated. I love this stuff. This 0.5 micron stropping compound is some of my favorite. And you know, a long time ago, I never even liked 0.5 micron stropping compound until this stuff. I think it's the only one I've ever tried that I actually think works. Oh yeah, oh yeah, she kept a lot of bite. Oh yeah, Oh my goodness, yeah, that's very sharp. Very, very, very sharp. This is definitely paper towel cutting as well. Not sure if the camera's up high enough right now, but it cut right through it. You can still see a little bit of the scratch pattern from the factory edge, but it's very much a mirror polished edge that has a lot of bite. You usually don't want to completely get rid of the scratches because then, you know, your bite is going to be much less. Now, before we close this out, I do want to give a good shout out to TRM, USA made company, awesome, awesome company. They do great work. And, you know, since they first stepped foot into the knife community, they have just done incredible work, and they've been an awesome company to work with, talk to, any problems or anything like that. They're awesome, man. I can't say enough great things about the company itself, and that is important to me. I know a lot of us, you know, will buy a product and not have a clues behind it or anything like that. But you really find out when it comes to like warranty work, or you have an issue or something, right? When you have to contact the company and you can't get a hold of them. It's really awesome knowing that the company you're backing, supporting, and buying products from is an awesome, awesome family, and does incredible work, but also stands by it, easy to contact, and, you know, yeah, and they're pretty transparent about everything. So that is amazing to me. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough until now. Can't talk today. Work hard, stay tough till next time. Peace.